Have you ever wondered what happened during the first phase of operations in February 1945? The opening offensive sweep took place on February 13th. The 2 Rajputana rifles, 3 Para, Maratha light infantry, and 1 Rajput, all with a shared purpose and a clear mission, conducted an offensive sweep to clean up the areas of Bardevta, Pathradi, and Uparla Dandasar. Their presence was commanding and intimidating, causing the enemy to retreat upon contact. However, not all was smooth sailing. At Mera, the Indian patrol hit a wall of resistance, but did they back down? No. They stood their ground and managed to repel the attack, displaying the true spirit of resilience and determination. This initial offensive sweep was more than a military operation. It was a statement, a strategic maneuver that showed the enemy that retreat was not an option. The stage was set for the battles that would follow, and the message was clear. They were here to stay. This initial offensive sweep set the stage for the strategic maneuvers that would follow. The following day, February 14th, brought a new challenge. The attack on Kaman Goshagala. As the dawn broke, the 2nd Rajputana Rifles launched their offensive, with the valiant 4th Dogra safeguarding their flank. The battleground shifted across several locations, including Point 2, 758, Turoi, and Gura areas. Each encounter with the enemy was met with vigorous resistance. However, the Indian artillery, with its thunderous roar, neutralized the enemy stronghold at Point 2, 758. In the Turoi and Gura areas, the Indian columns observed a considerable hostile movement. Approximately 200 enemy troops were seen advancing southwards. However, they hadn't anticipated the Indian artillery's swift and effective response. The thundering shells rained down on them, halting their advance and dispersing their formation. Despite the enemy's attempts to retaliate, the Indian forces maintained their strategic advantage. From February 19th to 23, the Indian forces faced a series of enemy attacks and engagements. The picket at Khat, targeted by a strong enemy offensive on the 19th, managed to repel the onslaught, inflicting heavy casualties on the enemy. The following day, 1 Kuman Rifles launched an offensive sweep in the Bagh area. Despite encountering medium machine gun fire, they proved their mettle through a sharp engagement. In parallel, 4 Dogra undertook a cleanup operation in the Nunal Manpur area. They faced heavy opposition, but managed to withdraw tactically without casualties. 2 days later, the same regiment, along with 1 Kuman Rifles, was tasked with a crucial mission: to capture and destroy the enemy base in the village of Kalal. The operation was successful, but it came at a steep cost. Lieutenant Colonel IJS Butalia, the commanding officer of 4 Dogra, was tragically killed in action. Despite facing heavy opposition, the Indian forces demonstrated exemplary courage and tactical acumen. The remainder of February was marked by continued engagements and strategic victories. The battlefield was a constant flurry of activity, with each side determined to gain the upper hand. Small-scale battles, marked by their intensity and ferocity, punctuated the landscape. Each skirmish, each encounter was a test of strength and resolve. These relentless engagements came at a high price, inflicting heavy casualties on both sides. Yet every battle, every confrontation carried its weight in gold. For it was through these fiercely contested engagements that Brigadier Usman began to turn the tide. Gradually, amidst the chaos and the clamor, a pattern of ascendancy emerged. Bit by bit, Brigadier Usman and his forces began to gain control, steadily wearing down the enemy. Thus, the first phase of operations in February 1945 set the groundwork for the strategic victories that were to follow.